In today's vlog, I will show you how we are testing the emergency generator on board the vessel. This is a monthly test that has to be done by the electrical officer on board, which is me in this case, but if the ship does not have an electrical officer, then the second engineer together with the chief engineer have to do this test. This is a requirement for every company around the world, so if you are coming on board anytime soon, you should pay attention. This will save you a lot of time and maybe you will impress the chief engineer when you come on board. Welcome to another vlog about the seaman life. For those that are new on my channel, I am an electrical officer working on the commercial fleet. That means container ships, cargo ships, tankers and bulk carriers. In this vlog, I am on board a bulk carrier of 50,000 deadweight. And I want to show you and explain to you exactly the procedure for testing the emergency generator. This is a monthly test that has to be done by the electrical officer. In this case, I am that person, but some ships smaller don't have an electrical officer, and this test has to be done by the second engineer together with the chief engineer. But every company requires the crew to test this every month, because this is part of the critical equipment, and whenever you will have an inspection like a port state control inspection in any port around the world, they will ask you to test the emergency generator. Not all the time they will require you to test it on load like we are doing now, but 100% of the time they will ask you to test the emergency generator without load. So you still have to know how to start it, how to work it, and to answer any technical questions that the inspector might have for you. So I hope this will be useful for your general knowledge in case you are coming on board or just to know something new. I just left the original sound for a few seconds. I don't want to destroy your eardrums, but as you can tell for yourself, it is very noisy. That is why you are seeing me in the videos all the time with those earmuffs on my head. I always use them when I am in a noisy place, and whenever you are on board, everywhere is a noisy place. So that is the reason I have my Mickey Mouse ears. That is the knob inside the panel that you use to test the emergency generator. This is a simulation, it is not an actual test, and we are testing that the emergency generator will start by itself. It has to start in about 45 seconds from the emergency generator panel, and this will start whenever the main power from the main generators is shut off. This ship has 3 main generators, and I have lived this, I think maybe 10 years ago. All the 3 generators of the ship failed, and we had to rely for a few days on the emergency generator. So as you can imagine, this is very important. That is a rare case, it's not usually happening, but that is an example for you to always take care of the emergency generator. This is part of the critical equipment, and whenever you have you are in need of spare parts, The company will always send you this because they know that is very important for the crew. And as I was saying at the beginning, this will be tested by the inspection, like port state or whatever inspector you will have on board. Whenever you are coming to the US, they will ask you most of the time to test it on load, like we are doing now. The US Coast Guard most of the time want to test the emergency generator on load, not only to start it and just check the condition. So this is a test that has to be understood correctly by the crew. Before we start the generator, of course, we do a visual inspection. We check the oil tank, we check the cooling water, we check the oil filters, everything, and just a visual inspection all around the generator just to see if there is something broken or loose or whatever. And before actually starting the generator, before switching off the main power, you have to inform the bridge, because it is good practice for them to switch off the radars, the electronic charts, the echo sounder and whatever, because you have to take care of your equipment. This test is putting a lot of stress on the electrical equipment, and something might burn. If something happens for real, then you have no power over this. You will have to fix the equipment that has failed. But whenever you have control over the situation, like in this case now, when we are testing, it is better to inform the bridge to switch off the computers and radars and what I said before. In this vlog, I am coming on board. I think I was already for 2 days, and I was testing it together with the electrician that I am replacing. Let me give you a few words from the place now. So this is the blackout test that we do every month. We will test the emergency generator on load for about 30 minutes, and this is a simulation. It's not actually happening. This should happen in case the ship is going on the blackout, and after 45 seconds the generator has to start by himself, and until we manage to start the main generators, this has to work. It has an autonomy of I think more than 48 hours. So before we do any testing, we have to check the fuel tank, the water, everything. When a new officer is coming on board to replace the previous officer, if it's either on deck or in the engine, it doesn't matter. For the officer, it is a requirement to give a handover notice. That is a handover paperwork that the officer that is going home has to fill out for the new guy, and there it is just to inform him the job that has to be completed. Maybe he's missing some spare parts and they will come on board anytime soon, or what jobs he has done before, so you know what to take care more and things like that. You just inform about what have you done on board for the 5, 6, 9 months, whatever you have been on board. You inform the new guy, this is what I have done, this is what you will have to do, and so on. But most of the time, from my 15 years at sea of experience, I am telling you that they don't write everything. They are not truthful all the time. And that is the reason that I requested the electrician that I was replacing on this ship to test the emergency generator on load, because I did not trust him that he actually tested the emergency generator on load before while he was on board. And since this is a monthly test, I asked the chief engineer if we can do it now before he will sign off, so that way we are doing 2 things at once. This is my advice to you if you are coming on board. As an officer, the ratings do not require a handover report, but officers will have a handover report, and always double check the guy that is giving you the handover. You don't have to trust everything that he is telling you. Sometimes you have to see with your own eyes, so to speak. And that's about it. I hope it was useful. Don't forget to hit that like button if you have enjoyed it, and maybe you want to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. I will keep posting interesting stuff, maybe technical, maybe interview with the crew about the seaman life. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you next time on my channel to discuss more about the seaman life and my view about this life. Have a wonderful day.